Hi, and welcome to Life Unmedicated. It has been quite some time. I'm fully aware. I do apologize for the lengthy leave of absence. Um, there's just been a lot going on. As you can see, I'm in a whole different space. I moved from my beautiful two-bedroom abode in the lovely suburb of Glendale to a smaller but lovely situation in the city of LA. Well, it has been 4, 6, 8. Oh my gosh. Well, yes, this is something that we'll have to deal with. I don't know if you can hear it, but there's an ambulance going by. So sorry, that will probably be a background situation. Anyway, okay, so I hope you all have been very well. I've been good overall. I wanted to start back. I mean, it's been like 8 months, I think. The last time that I filmed was, I think, before I went home, and that was in March. So, yeah, it's been like 7 months, which is crazy. But I wanted to pick back up because I'm just in a better place now, and I like mentally, and the summer's over. Summer was so full, just full. I was very busy the entire summer. And, I just was trying to get acclimated. So now that I am all moved in and, acclimated and getting back on my routine, I felt now would be a great time to start back Life Unmedicated. Short update. I'm obviously there's going to be some things that I miss, but um, basically, I've continued this journey of being unmedicated for it's been over a year now. Um, and it's been a year and 5 months actually. Um, I've taken medication every now and again, but lately I did decide to get my prescription refilled, and I've that was literally like maybe a week ago, or 2 weeks. Has it been 2 weeks? It might have been 2 weeks ago. And since I've gotten it refilled, I've taken my medicine twice. And a little bit about why I chose to get my prescription refilled. First of all, there's no longer a shortage on extended release Adderall, so that was one of the things that made me stop taking. Well, that was what made me switch to immediate relief. I mean, excuse me, immediate release. And then I was having some medical issues like hypertension, kidney stuff. Nothing serious, but like things that they wanted to take note of early. And so the medication was impacting those things because that's just how that works. So that was the main thing that made me stop taking it. But after a year of not taking it, and I mean, almost immediately, honestly, after I stopped taking it, my kidney function was back to normal. It's thriving now. I no longer read high blood pressure or have hypertension. So, I but even with all the coping skills that I learned and was trying to implement, there are good weeks and there are bad weeks. There are good days and there are bad days. I just kind of came off of a season of bad days, and talking to my therapist, it was just kind of a consensus or a general consensus that I should try my medication again, just because like I'm going into a season where I usually experience depression, seasonal depression. When it starts getting dark early outside, I start to feel depressed, honestly, truly. So it just seemed like if I have the resource, I should use it. But I still feel kind of weird about it. When I would take the immediate release tablets, I would have these weird side effects. So I didn't like that. But the extended release, I don't really have those symptoms or those side effects. So I don't know. It's been better. The two times that I've taken it, um, I mean, it just makes my life a lot easier, to be honest with you. Everything doesn't feel like such a chore. It doesn't take like an act of Congress for me to like clean my house or do the things that I set out to do that day. But I'm still utilizing my coping skills, like my schedule, my routine, working out consistently. I just really got back on eating right consistently. The summer was just a hot mess. I didn't, mind you, I did not, first of all, my phone is all the way over there. So even if I had, but I did not make a list of things to talk about. So I may be all over the place, very on brand, but I'm going to try to keep it succinct. I don't want it to be like too long, but I just kind of wanted to, I felt good enough today. I've been thinking about getting back on the content train for a while now. And so I'm just in a place. Did I finish my thought? Probably not, but I forgot what it was at this point. So, um, yeah, I feel I've been wanting to get back on it for a while and I just haven't really been able to. I did it once. I did it once. This was months ago. And then something happened with the sound. Like the sound was messed up and I did like the whole 30 minutes. Like I talked for 30 minutes and then the sound was messed up. So that was very discouraging to say the least. So I just stopped after that because I was like, I don't know. It just felt like it was going to be a chore. But today I was like, you know what? I have time. I have the energy. I feel good today. This is something I want to do today. So that's what I'm doing. My intentions this go around, I want to do this at least once a week. Um, it's still going to be unedited and, unfiltered. And that's just kind of what I have to do in order for me to actually do it. Editing is not really my forte. I'm not that greatest at it. And it seems to take a lot of time. So I don't know. I mean, I did buy a computer. I bought a desktop for editing purposes because I wanted to. Well, there were some other things that went on with that anyway. Um, but I have it now, so I might as well use it. So maybe one day down the line I'll start editing. Who knows? I do also want to make like smaller videos of content. Oh, this is okay. So this is kind of where I'm going to transition into my the kind of new and improved. I guess I don't know. I haven't really, what's the word? I haven't really decided what I want Life Unmedicated to be now. I mean, it's still the same concept. I'm living life day to day without being, medicated 100% of the time, which I was for 20, if not more, at least 20 years of my life. So it's definitely something that is still taking adjustment, or take it's taking some time to adjust to, but I think I've been doing decent. Like my life has not fallen apart. Um, and things are okay. So, but at the same time, I do want to transition this into I don't know, I know before, like when I first started out, it was every day I was recording, and then it like slowly but surely became like maybe twice, three every other day, and then it went to like 3 times a week, and then it went to like twice a week, sometimes only one time a week, sometimes every other week. It just wasn't consistent. I want to set a realistic goal for this where I can be consistent and upload on a regular basis. Um, but I'm not quite sure what I want the content to be yet. So before I was kind of just, updating you all on my week, setting some goals for myself. And I still feel like I want to do that, but I don't want it to focus so much on that. I think I want to transition a bit into, um, I'm not sure yet, but I'm working on it. And that my goal over the next week is to figure out what I want to transition it to. But I wanted to utilize the motivation that I have today to just get back out here and start recording again. Um, a lot of times with ADHD or any neurodivergent diagnosis, honestly, we tend to focus on like having everything picture perfect before we like move forward. And honestly, I feel like doing that in the past has deterred me from the things that I want to do. So even though I don't really have everything set and ready to go, like I don't necessarily know what I want this to be yet. I wanted to continue recording just because I've already kind of set the precedent for just kind of like getting on here and talking about what's been going on. So over the next week, um, I plan to kind of hone in on what I want this to be about. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a lot of ideas, but I want to kind of sift through them and then also see like what makes sense. So that's kind of where I'm at with things right now. As far as my life is going, though, life is going pretty good. I do enjoy my new space. It's a lot smaller, so that's been an adjustment. But it's very centrally located. Everything is like in walking distance, so I do like that. There have been, like I said, there have been good weeks and there have been bad weeks. I Oh, I did get my clinical licensure, so that's fun. That was a huge accomplishment for me. I've been working towards that for the past 6 years, so yeah, huge deal. Aside from that, I have just been trying to lock in. This is like summer. I was out and about. I was really just so busy, just out trying to like meet new people and have new experiences. And I did, and I'm glad about that. But fall is really a time for me to lock in. I have not met like any of my weight goals. So now is kind of the time where I'm trying to like lock in and do that. Also, I have some like administrative tasks that I want to figure out. I need to like transfer, not transfer, but I need to like get licensed in California as well so that I can utilize that or take advantage of that. There's a legal matter that I have to tend to, and nothing against me, no worries. But yeah, so there's that. So there's some administrative stuff that I'd like to accomplish, and I think that these videos were a great way to hold myself accountable, and I want to get back to that. I was doing really well earlier this year, probably up until I went home. And then I came back and I've spent 3 weeks at home, 2 weeks at home. I spent 2 weeks at home and I came back. The next day I took my clinical exam. And then that night my mom flew in for 2 weeks. So, and then mind you, I had 3 weeks from the time I flew back from visiting home to when I moved, like from Glendale to here, and I hadn't packed a single box. While my mom was here, she was supposed to help me pack, but that didn't happen because ADHD. I'm a big procrastinator. Nothing felt like, I don't know, it just didn't feel urgent. But I ended up packing like in the last week. I think we packed like 4 boxes while my mom was here. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, so then I was moving and then I was packing and then I was moving and then I was unpacking and then it was summer. Not to mention my birthday is in May. So like I moved a few weeks before my birthday, and then it was my birthday month. I'm big on birthdays, so I celebrate for like the whole month. So like during that month, I was like unpacking and trying to celebrate. I didn't really go in like I usually do because I just feel like, yeah, 34 has been very different. It's been very different. Summer is always lit for me. I think it's just been, something that I've been conditioned to experience because of, being out of school during the summer. And then I didn't have like a real career until I was like 30. So, you know, it was a lot of in between like undergraduate and graduate, it was just a lot of fun. And summers were just like lit. So, and then in LA, summers are just super lit. So, yeah. But now that summer's over, I'm able to really lock in and get things done and get things accomplished. And so that's what I'm doing. And this is one of the things that I really wanted to accomplish, along with like I really want to start my talk show. Like that's what I really want to do. I have a few things that I need to do like space wise before that can happen. But that's like one of my bigger goals. I wanted to start this summer, but it didn't happen. There was another endeavor that I was going to pursue, but the person that I was going to do that with, we're no longer friends. So that was not. I really wanted to do that too. That was going to be such a vibe. Honestly, I was so excited, but yeah, it became. Anyway, we're not going to get into it, but yeah, I mean, I think that's really all that I wanted to talk about this go round. My goal over the next week is to start the process of transferring or whatever it's called, getting my clinical license here, which is an easy process now that I have my clinical license. It's easy to just kind of say, "Hey, I have it here. Let's have it here too." So that shouldn't be difficult. It's probably going to take a little while, but it is what it is. That's my goal, and then my other goal is to hone in on what exactly I want Life Unmedicated to transition to. So yeah, those are my two goals for the week. Also, of course, same as last last go around, always to work out, and then always to eat well. I have a trip in a few weeks, so I'm really trying to I mean, I've been doing good, but I'm really trying to like take it up a notch these next few weeks. So another goal of mine is to just have like exquisite self discipline and, continue on this journey that I've been on, but just kind of lock in and like create more consistency, routine, more structure in my routines. Just because sometimes it gets to a point where I'm like, oh, well, I don't have any appointments until 10, so I won't wake up until like 9. But no, like I need to continue waking up at 7, 8 at the latest, because that just enables me to do so many things before I start my day. I can kind of front load my responsibilities so that by the end of the day, when I'm pooped and I have nothing left to give, I can just take a shower and, relax on my couch in my favorite spot. So yeah, that's another thing that I want to work on as well. So yeah, let's see. Did I have anything else to talk about? Um, I guess in terms of like ADHD symptoms, I do feel like lately, well, when my best friend was here, my OCD, well, my since I've moved here, my OCD has ramped up. I was really chilling when I was in Glendale, and I think it's just because I had way more space. It made a lot more sense. Like my living room and like the common areas were wood floor. So I didn't really like press people out to like take their shoes off, except for when they're going in the bedrooms, because the bedrooms and the bathrooms, because the bathroom is the bathroom, and then the bedrooms had carpet. So that was like, so I was able to kind of like keep my OCD at bay. But since I've been in the city, it's so dirty down here and it just smells all the time. And I think that has like really ramped up my OCD. So I'm really pressed about like people coming into my house, and like I don't even like to have company a lot. And like if I freshly clean my house, I would not have company like because it's almost embarrassing to me how OCD I've been since I've been here. And then like when my best friend was here, honestly, I mean like I love her to death, but she was not like I don't know, it just was not like like I said, I love her to death, but she made me feel bad about something I have no control over. And so since then, I've been like super self conscious about it. And so that's something that I'm trying to like, I don't know. It's like I want to get a hold of it, but at the same time, I already know that I'm like, this space is so small and it's just not happening. So yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. I know that it's ramped up. I know that it's OD. It's fine. It is what it is. The other thing that's been bothering me in my RSD has been has been on 10 lately. Rejection sensitive dysphoria. I was doing good. I was doing okay with it for a while, but lately I've just been having an influx of like issues with my friends, like feeling like I'm always the one inviting people places or always the one reaching out to certain people. And that, like part of it, I'm like, okay, I know I'm sensitive in this area. So, like, let's try to mitigate those symptoms so that I'm not like, doing too much or not doing enough. But, like, even when I talk to my therapist about it, if I have to look at it, I have to look at things objectively and say no, like I'm always reaching out to such and such, they don't never reach out to me, they don't invite me places, I'm always the one inviting them places. So those moments make me want to retreat. Honestly, they kind of just make me want to like isolate and not talk to anybody. And that's, I don't know, it's probably a combination of just kind of how I grew up being the eldest daughter, and also like not really having a lot of my feelings validated a lot of the time. I don't feel like my feelings are valid most of the time. And so I kind of go inward because I don't think that talking about my feelings will help. I feel like whoever the feelings are towards, it wouldn't make a difference to talk to them because my feelings aren't valid. That's how I often feel. But in this time of growth, and being not only physically healthier but mentally healthier, I know that I should talk to my friends because they're my friends. And if it's a situation where they actually don't care or don't have like an amenable response or like a desired response, or they're not feeling amenable to my, you know, requests or desires, then I can cross that bridge when I get to it. But I should at least have the conversations. So that's the plan. I hate it. I really hate it. It feels like begging. Like I don't want to beg for somebody's friendship. I don't want to beg you to like care about our relationship as much as I do, or to want to hang out with me. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like I'm begging for somebody to want to hang out with me, and that is wild. Like I'm not trying to do that. Like I'm really not trying to do that. But at the end of the day, I know that everybody's different, and just because I'm interpreting something one way doesn't mean that that's how it is. And that's the whole point of communicating, right? And having those hard conversations with your friends in hopes that it will change things or even make the relationship stronger. So that's where I'm at with things. I just want to move forward with the people that I care about and that care about me, and also like doing the things that I know I need to do to maintain my like mental health. And friendships is one of those things. It's just it is what it is. It's the name of the game for me. Um, but anyway, those are really the only two things I've been kind of struggling with as far as like my ADHD is concerned. Um, yeah, that's it. It's probably been a while now. I have no sense of time, and I forgot to look at my watch when I started. So, but anyway, it's probably been like 20 minutes now. Hopefully, no more than that. But yeah, thank you all so much for still being around. And I really appreciate y'all. I hope that everyone has been well, and I hope that everyone has been blessed. And I hope that I can, no, I'm not going to say that. I am going to be more consistent. And I hope that y'all stick around with me to see my consistency. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I'm so sorry for the delay, but I'm so glad that you stuck around. And I'll see you next week.